about a bunch of guys who may or may not be able to shoot the basketball.
I don't know why I addressed my father there. Dale, papi.
Are the Falcons really the team to beat in the NFC South?
We spent the entire weekend of football arguing about imperfect measurements, whether it was with an index card or whether there was a catch in the Steelers game. And all of football is filled with imperfect measurements because the difference between the Atlanta Falcons last year and this year is not that their coach went over to San Francisco. It's that an assortment of things have happened in close games that didn't end up happening to them last year, and they got the home games they needed to get to the playoffs. The difference between the Falcons this year and last year is just a series of bounces in an equal sport where most of the teams are very similar. The Falcons can beat anybody and they can lose when they're leading 28-3.
They are definitely not the best team in the NFC South. You can actually look at the underlying metrics and gauge what their record should be. According to Football Outsiders, the Saints should have 11 wins. The Panthers should have 8.5. The Falcons under 7. They've been incredibly lucky. You might remember they barely beat Mike Glennon in the opener, and they got very lucky last night despite facing a Bucs defense by the end of the game was rolling out a pile of lint in a gingerbread man. In fact, if you'd like a sense of how difficult the level of competition was, please watch this clip of Devonta Freeman trucking a cameraman. We've got Freeman going out of bounds, and...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's clumsy
All right.
Cameraman situation.
So my point is that guy put up more of a fight than the Bucs defense.
Okay, and it's a good point, and she made many good points during that. In fact, she refuted with facts and advanced data just about everything I said, but I will draw the line at her getting to throw things toward video. That's what I do. That's what my father does. We need to take that away from her.
It's my new trick.
Bigger deal for Lakers, the Kobe ceremony or pushing the Warriors to OT?
Okay, let me tell you what happened with the producers of this television show when they came in today. They're like, okay, we got to do Falcons. We got to do Monday Night Football. Everybody's got to do something off of Monday Night Football. Do we have a second question? Does anyone have a second question? And the answer is like, no. How about we compare and contrast things that happened at the Laker games so we could just talk about the Lakers? And Kobe's jerseys, plural, were retired last night. The Lakers are a franchise with a past that's stuck in the middle right now, wanting to be the Kobe days, but they need better players. These young players aren't going to get them there in their current form. And so what we're talking about, what happened last night, doesn't matter. That team in that form cannot catch the Warriors. They need to add something so they have something like what they had when they had Kobe.
I'm a little anxious about, once again, bringing up statistics to immediately refute Dan's point.
Oh, no.
But Lonzo was pretty good last night.
Oh, no.
He scored 16 points, out 50% shooting, and he's quietly been good, really, over the last few weeks or so, and is improving at a great rate. That said, I did love Kobe making everyone watch him, watch his own video, which starred him and had his own voice. That was just peak Kobe.
Okay, she's beaten me now on 2 questions as this show morphs into First Take. And the next question, I hope, doesn't have Mina's mother sitting where my father is.
It's not a competition.
I got a piece of advice for Lonzo, you know. Change your number twice, so in that way you got 3 jerseys up there in the future. Not 2, but 3.
Oh, that's the way that you can be better than Kobe. Just keep changing
Multiple jerseys.
numbers. Can you change dads?
Do you believe Carmelo Anthony when he says he's good with taking just 6 shots?
Oh, that face of cynicism from Mina, confident from defeating me soundly on the first 2 questions, because that should be something that you laugh at. Last night in that game, the Thunder win, and Westbrook is taking 28 shots, and Paul George is taking 13 shots, and Carmelo Anthony is a very expensive decoy who is helping them get all those shots. And my guess is these guys don't just want to win. They want to be the reason for winning. Carmelo Anthony's done a lot of losing over the last few years. Not enough of it, though, to be okay with 6 shots in a game.
Have you ever had a friend who gives up gluten and then you have lunch with them and they're eating a salad and they're like, no, this is great. I don't miss it at all. And you know they're going home and waking up in the middle of the night and stuffing their face with cake.
In the bathtub.
This
That's how
is
I do it.
just an analogy. Neither of us are speaking from experience. Anyways, that's Carmelo Anthony. No, I don't believe that he's happy not shooting the ball. In fact, I bet after this game, he is going to an empty gym alone at night and just draining or shooting threes, rather, because this is not his identity. He is absolutely not happy in this role.
She is so right. Like, I'll order the arugula salad because we're just hanging out, and I don't want anyone to guilt me or judge me. But when I get home, the bathtub gets filled with Ben & Jerry's. Like, filled. I don't want you to visualize that. I don't want you to visualize that, but I mean, it's delicious. It's good.
Ring, ring, ring. Hello? It's Melo, it's Melo.
Oh, really?
Mellow.
Yeah, Melo? All right. I let everybody else know.
Okay, very good. See you later, Mello.
What did he say?
He was lying.
good. He was lying about the 6 shots being okay.
Confirmed. You
All
heard
right,
it here first.
very good. We got sources.
Did Thomas Davis deserve an even bigger suspension?
So yesterday, Panthers linebacker Thomas Davis was suspended for 2 games for delivering this hit on Davante Adams.
Keep an eye on him here. This is a block at the end of the play.
And there it is.
There it is. You can't miss it.
So 2 games is probably fair, given, as the NFL said, he is a repeat offender. And when you watch this, you can see he had runway to change his path before hitting Adams. But honestly, to NFL fans, it doesn't really matter because they look at suspensions through the lens of prior suspension. And every time a player gets suspended 2 or more games now for delivering that kind of hit on the field, they'll be compared to Rob Gronkowski, who was only suspended 1 game for delivering a particularly brutal hit off of the field. He is now the barometer for punishments in the NFL, fair or not.
Okay, it's not fair, and if you're looking for consistency when it comes to these kind of punishments, you don't do it with Davis against Gronkowski and then start having that argument. If what you want is consistency, here's the consistency. The NFL says, if you do things again, we're going to rain down holy hell on your head. If you do it once, we're going to be lenient. The second time you do anything, get in trouble off the field, on the field, we're going to hammer you. And if anything looks like that on primetime football, if anything looks like that on Sundays, if anything looks that bad, where the guy's flying off his feet and didn't see something coming, you're going to get suspended now.
It's worth noting also that the suspension will probably be reduced to 1 game on appeal, as these things are, so it's kind of moot that we're even having this discussion.
That's another consistent thing about this. There are consistencies here. They'll appeal it and get it down to 1 game, and you know what else is consistent? We got another segment out of it, even though it's not actually an issue.
Coming up next on my son's TV show, Carlos Boozer.
So if we were to go bronze, silver, and gold medalist of things you're most likely to shout, let's start with bronze medalist. The third most likely thing that Carlos Boozer would shout on a court would be?
I would say, hold that!
My son's TV show is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Joining us at the beach today, Carlos Boozer.
Officially retired today, 2-time NBA All-Star. He has some great stories from his time playing for Coach K at Duke. He hates Mina Kimes, weirdly, so we're going to get her out of here. Let's talk to Carlos. Carlos, Eric Dampier used to, bake red velvet cake and bring it to his teammates on the plane. It was a weird visual because he's a 7-footer. You don't think of him baking. Did you have a teammate who ever did anything like that?
I did. Nate Robinson, while we were in Chicago, every road trip, would bring us cupcakes. Very good baker, different flavors. He was a great teammate, maybe the best teammate I had in the NBA. But every road trip, he would bake cupcakes himself, not the nanny, not the missus, not some chef. Nate Robinson, the baker, bro, 100%.
Now, how does this work, though? You say best teammate because he was doing thoughtful things like that, or is there something else that made him the best teammate?
You know, that's just part of who Nate is. He's just one of those guys that came in every day. Great attitude, always enthusiastic about the game, never took a day off from practice, not a game off. He's a football mentality type of basketball player, obviously his dad being an Eagle, and also UW great. He's just one of those guys that always brought great energy every day. So what you saw during the game is how Nate was in practice, on the bus, on the plane, at the movie theater, at the restaurant. He's just a very positive guy. And, positivity is one of those things that gets contagious amongst a group of guys. So just a great person.
What can you tell me along the path is something that made you doubt how good you were? At any point. It doesn't have to be while you were in the pros. I don't imagine that makes an appearance very much in the pros. But on the path where you're like, I'm not sure if I could do this. You were always good, weren't you? You were always the best.
No, I mean,
you were, though, right? You grew up. You were better than everybody growing up at basketball, right?
No. Obviously, I'm trying to think of a moment where some doubt crept in. As an athlete, I was very confident in my ability since I was a kid. I'm from D.C., but I grew up in Juneau, Alaska, and I towered over most of my competition. I got to Duke. Very tough. I remember we faced a couple of teams we wanted to go undefeated, where we faced some teams like Stanford who beat us. Casey Jacobson had a hell of a game out there in Anaheim, and we lost that game. I remember going against different guys in college where I just felt like, wow, this guy is unbelievable. But I don't know if I ever doubted if I could achieve my goals, though.
Were you in the locker room when Coach K put on the Army helmet and
100%.
stormed in? Oh, okay, so you remember
Yeah.
that. All right, what happened? Like what? Go ahead, put us there. Go ahead and paint the picture.
So we're playing at home, and our biggest rival was Maryland. We went to Clemson, and we lost a tough game at Clemson. We got beat. A kid that shot the buzzer to win the game. So we're coming back. It broke up our whole undefeated thing, and we didn't feel like we played our best game. We get back home, and we get to the game early, maybe like 3 o'clock. The game's at 7. The whole room is covered in little pieces of white paper with one word on them. The word was attack. So we can't even get in our locker. So we're getting dressed in the middle of the locker room because we can't even get to our lockers. We get dressed. Coach walks in, and everybody knows that he's there. They cut the lights off. They show us a movie, a clip of Braveheart. Great movie if you haven't watched Braveheart. Right. And the next thing you know, Coach K puts on a helmet, tumbles, like rolls into the locker room, and goes, "Let's attack!" And I mean, you see
barrel rolled? He barrel rolled in?
Rolled in, and he's screaming, "Let's attack!" Like you could tell how enthusiastic he was. And we just stormed out there. Maryland was a great team, and we mopped them by like 35 on our home court. And anytime you see your leader, your head coach, so enthusiastic, full of energy, 6 years old, has achieved so much in his individual career as a coach,
right.
Come in like that, like this is a regular season game, not tournament, not ACC, not NCAA, regular game to get us going. I mean, we were 18-year-old kids pumped. We couldn't wait to play, man.
Carlos, you were a guy who was very loud around microphones. You would shout during games. You punched a referee one time because you were doing the and one. So if we were to go bronze, silver, and gold medalist of things you're most likely to shout, let's start with bronze medalist. The third most likely thing that Carlos Boozer would shout on a court would be?
I would say, "Hold that!" I would say, "Hold that," but I would scream it. So like if my teammate, Nate Robinson, was shooting the ball, I would talk trash for him, and I would be saying, "Hold that," like in your face to the opponent. Yeah.
All right, that's it. Okay, nice. Nice work. All right, and the silver medalist, the things you're most likely to shout.
Me and Joakim Noah used to battle over rebounds in Chicago. So I'd be like, "Get that, Joe!" If I saw a rebound that he could get. "Get that, Joe!" Like that. Yeah.
All right, and first would be and one, right?
And one! Yo, I feel like as a big man that's strong, a lot of contact I create or a teammate will create goes unnoticed. So I just started yelling out and one to everything. It could be a wide open dunk. I'm saying and one. Could be whatever. So and one for sure.
Carlos, Papi wants a shot at you. What do you got, Papi?
Yes, Carlos, in 2012, you came down here to Miami to play the Heat, and your son was caught on camera. He was on the stand, and he was caught chanting, "Let's go Heat!
Yeah, he was.
Let's go
That was your
Heat!"
son.
Did you give him a hard time after the game?
This is very true. I remember this. No, it was incredible because I'm going to tell you, at the time, he was 5 and my twins were 4. And if you can get 3 kids under the age of 6 to behave at a basketball game and not go nuts. So they were screaming what the whole crowd was cheering as we're in the conference finals going against the Heat. He's screaming, "Let's go Heat." So obviously I'm like, your dad plays for the Bulls, right? But, at the end of the day, he was behaving himself, so I was happy about that.
Oh, okay. That's excellent parenting by you, but there needs to be a timeout there. Like, that's just wrong. That's a
Right.
crime. Good to see you, Carlos. Thank you for being on with us.
Hey, thanks for having me. By the way, I got to come in the studio, man. I heard you guys were at the Clevelander. Can I come in the studio?
Right here, 10th and Ocean. Come through here.
Great
We'd love to have
location.
you. Yeah. All right. Yeah, get over here.
Next time that you're in Miami and your son Carman is in the arena going to sit next to him, we'll be chanting, "Let's go Heat!
Right, yeah,
Let's go
we'll
Heat!"
be chanting, "Let's go Heat!"
Absolutely.
See you, buddy.
You give us topics and events, we question it.
She's laughing before he says the things. She's laughing when she's reading them.
Do you question Kevin Durant for jumping?
The Warriors win in overtime. There was no Steph Curry, no Draymond Green, but Kevin Durant was out there. And what does he get? What does he earn for being out there, toughing it out? Oh, that's a bad pass by Kevin. He's saying, "My bad, I apologize," and then here comes.
Oh, the bench.
Yes, the bench.
Oh.
All right, can we check out the bench again? Or do you guys want to check out the dunk again? Oh, he just missed.
Show KD.
Let's see the bench again. I want to watch the bench again.
Taken away by the Lakers. Here they come. It's 4-on-2. KCP in the middle. Bounce. Larry Nance. Look at Larry Nance.
Oh yeah, I love it when the seasickness happens. See, that's what I love it when the dunk is so good that the ship sways to one side and all the bench players fall out.
Oh, poor cat. Somewhere an anonymous Twitter account, perhaps in the Oakland area, just tweeted, "At least he tried."
There's an egg defending Kevin Durant. Can I check in with that guy in red back there? What was that guy in red doing? Oh yeah! What was that?
You know, that was the second time that happened to him last night.
It was? That happened to him
That's right.
earlier in the game, too? Who did it? Missed jumper.
Right.
Offense. Oh, Randall got him. Oh!
The same bench guys are getting up.
Let me check out the bench guy swaying again from side to side on the Randall dunk. Let's see that.
I love looking at the bench. It's like looking at the groomsmen at a wedding.
The guy in red flex. Did you see him? The guy. I love the guy in red. You're losing team.
Do you question if you would stay for the rest of the game?
Oh, Poppy, that feeling last night that you had, Heat and Hawks. We are going to show you the feeling my father had in his stomach in visual form right here on television. Let's see what we've got.
What is this?
Thank you for the helpful shadow there, in case this one was trying to hide.
Oh!
There it is, Nina.
Yes!
That's how my father felt last night, watching the Heat lose to the Hawks. And look at the concern
Oh, it's like a geyser.
Yes. Oh.
Well, maybe she saw a lion.
A lion?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Mina, you don't know this video. Wait for the baby. There it is! Bang! Bang! Memorized videos to surprise Nina with.
How many more? How many more do you have?
Did you say you won one more?
No, I did not say
Yes.
that. I said the opposite.
Yes, let's give her one more. Thank you, guys. Thank you, producers. Yes. This guy, this is his finishing move.
No, come on. No,
there
no,
it
he
is.
still
Yes.
does it. Oh.
Yes, the show must go on.
At least,
In that incredibly
the like
sad
subtle
gym.
brush away and
Where you got to question your career choices as you stand on the top turnbuckle, snot spewing out your mouth. Somebody chose that as a career. Somebody has parents that are watching that and saying, this is what you did with our investment.
my parents are doing the same thing right now.
Time to play the game whose hips occasionally tell lies. See? Or no?
Tell us what's on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued.
On Channel 4 in the UK, First Dates.
Oh, you know, this is funny because they told us what this was just a second ago, and my father said, what is this? Is this British? And what did you say after that, the British people?
Yeah, I got a problem following what they say because of the accent involved. You
That's
know?
funny, right? His accent, he's got a problem understanding what they say. Let's see what we got here.
I've dated loads of guys over the years, and there's been times when I felt like I couldn't trust them. So it's really important for me going forward to be with someone that I fully trust.
I was with a Lucy.
Good name?
But we were together like just over a year, I think. We weren't right for each other. And I did end up cheating on her. A couple of times. Which I feel, really awful about.
It's good to be honest. Like, I'm not being...
No, honesty is most definitely the best policy.
Okay. You understood that, right? Mina, are you intrigued?
Of course, I love the show. Did he just 8-mile himself on that date? Like,
Yeah.
is he just listing all the things that are wrong with him and hoping that she sticks around?
Yes, including my scratch red nose. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Listen, I think that she found the right guy there. You know what I mean? The guy's honest. He says, you know, I've had many girls, but, you know, I have cheated on all of them. You know what I mean? Many times, you know?
Cheated is the word that he used.
That's the type of guy,
cheated.
you know? That's right.
Cheated is the word that he used.
That's right. You know what I mean?
He has not done that other thing that you think he said, but not that we know of.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
I'm taking back control of the videos tomorrow. I'll talk to you then.
We'll see.
Have you seen my watch?
Your watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Touch it.
No.
What?
Go ahead.
I've never seen it done with the left hand before.
Touch my watch?
I know, it's weak, but it's...
Wow, wait a second. I said touch.
You know what? No. But that was a C. I meant to emphatically throw up the no, but I can't do anything right, apparently, ever.
Melbourne, Flashkey, Page, and Black is selling today. Bill and Ramona shared their thoughts on saying goodbye to two numbers and a guy we just said goodbye to last year. And Woody and Kevin give their insight on what it's like to try to stay out of the way of things.